As your employees work remotely, you may be wondering how to respond quickly and effectively when new vulnerabilities are discovered. Today, we'll show you how to protect your users, devices, and data with absolute reach. With a remote workforce, it gets harder to reliably perform routine IT tasks because traditional tools become unreliable off-network. Instead, you can use absolute reach to gather information and perform any action you need to on any device or group of devices, even when those devices are off the corporate network. Absolute Reach is our remote query and remediation tool for Windows and Mac devices. With Absolute Reach, you can quickly perform routine tasks at scale. As an example, when a new vulnerability is identified, it's typically announced with details of affected versions, patch availability, or temporary workarounds to protect your devices in the short term before the patches are applied. As with any vulnerability, your plan of action should be contemplated in the following manner. First, determine which of your devices are vulnerable. Second, if a patch is not immediately available, mitigate the risk immediately by implementing a recommended temporary workaround. This buys you time to ensure the patch is available, tested, and effective. Third, and this is a critical step, push the update to all your devices quickly and uniformly as soon as it's available. The power of Absolute Reach is its ability to let you detect and remediate vulnerabilities remotely, even when affected devices are off-network or your usual device management agent isn't functioning. Using Microsoft's recent Windows 10 vulnerability as an example, let's see how Reach can help you identify vulnerable devices, mitigate the risk immediately, and force all your devices to apply the Windows patch. Let's get started by jumping into the console. From the home dashboard, you can easily narrow down your search by clicking on the relevant bars in any widget. Let's start by looking for all of our Windows 10 devices. By clicking here on the chart in the OS widget, we generate an automatically filtered report, including only our Windows 10 devices. Now, we can quickly add a filter and find devices with the affected release IDs, 1903 and 1909. Once you've identified affected devices, you can select them and implement the temporary workaround by running Reach scripts as appropriate. There are numerous pre-built scripts in the Reach library ready to be used without any need for you to write code. In this example, you can use an existing Reach script to mitigate risk on the affected devices by adding a new firewall rule to block outbound traffic on TCP ports 445 and 139. Simply enter the required parameters and execute. To confirm which devices have already executed this script, you can track status for each device in the Action History section of your Absolute console. After a few days or weeks, you'll want to make sure all affected devices get the Windows update immediately, and then revert to the temporary workaround you may have implemented. To do this, you can first use another pre-built script from the Reach library to force the update on all affected devices, even if they're off the corporate network or the device management tool is not functioning. This time, the script we're interested in is called Windows Update Configuration. Let's select it. Again, we have some script variables available to configure it. In this case, we put down an AU option of 4 to indicate a scheduled restart of the device with the applicable patch. We want to pick a day of the week. In this case, 4 represents Wednesday. Then, indicate an installation time for the update. We'll give the user a reboot warning of up to 30 minutes and enable the reboot timeout. The devices of interest are confirmed. To apply the script, we'll simply click on Run Script. The next time the device calls in, it will pick up the script, enabling the Windows Update installation. You can confirm the execution through the Action History report. There might be a situation in which an affected device has not yet executed the script to implement the temporary workaround. For example, if they were offline for a few days, or if the user was on vacation, you could simply cancel that script after scheduling the Windows Update. So, when that device gets back online, it gets the completed solution directly. Note that each vulnerability may need a different process depending on its nature. The Reach library has many more helpful scripts for both IT and security teams. You can even build your own PowerShell or Bash scripts and deploy them to your entire fleet. With these potent solutions in hand, you'll be ready to respond the next time a critical vulnerability gets discovered. To learn more about Absolute Reach and the Absolute platform for undeletable, resilient endpoint security, visit us now at absolute.com.